Hi, everybody. Eric here again today. Happy Kwanzaa. Today is day 2 of Kwanzaa, December 27th. Hope everybody's enjoying their day during the holiday week. If you're back to work, this day may be for you. So today's principle, the second principle of Kwanzaa, is I'm going to read it because I always butcher words and things. So it's Swahili, Kujichagulia. Kujichagulia. There you go. Kujichagulia. In Swahili, it's self-determination. So that's the principle that we're talking about today. So for Kwanzaa, for Kujichagulia, self-determination, what they're talking about is the definition of self-determination. And I'm waiting for this to come up. Sorry. Let me scroll down. All these ads on just one article. Clickbait. So it's a kind of like a long definition. Let me close this video and see if that will go faster. There we go. So self-determination, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. So that's a lot of actions. Define, name, create, and speak. So when I think about self-determination, and based on this principle, number one, define ourselves. Classification. As a Black American, as my age, 62, when I was born, I was named as a Afro-American. Then that was in the 60s, and then in the 70s, I was an Afro-American. Then in the 80s and the 90s, I was a African American. And then after that, I defined myself as, since I was never from Africa, I'm a Black American. And so again, classification. And that's an ethnicity and race definition. Naming ourselves. Just like I said, I named myself a Black American. Once I came out of the closet, I named myself a gay man. I also, now in my 60s, I am a senior or semi-retired person. Again, naming myself. Creating. I tried to create a family with one of my ex-boyfriends. Didn't work. So then I decided, let me just create a family of friends. It's hard, but I was kind of like, I would say I was an outlying person. So I was getting into a circle of friends, a family of friends. And that didn't work either. because I was invited for some of the things, but the regular days and things, no. I tried to reach out, but nobody reached out to me. So sometimes it does take, it is hard to create something. So that is like creating a family around yourself. But how about creating an economy and economy things for yourself? Jobs, um, being a small business owner, helping someone at a nonprofit, something like that. So with me, my focus was trying to climb the ladder. That's what I was trying to do. And every time I finally got to this platform, I fell all the way down. Either it was something wrong that I did, or someone was looking at me. He's coming for me, not the position, but he's coming for me. And so I was punched and I fell down again. So into current time, same thing happened in my last position. I was an HR representative for Amazon. Someone took my words, changed it, and I was fired. And I tried to go back to there. The process is like I'm filing a complaint, or I'm filing a a I'm filing a and the word is escaping me, but I think you know what I'm talking about. And I lost that, and so I was unemployed, used all my savings. I was also homeless. Actually, I wasn't, based on what everybody defines, I was not homeless, I was houseless. But because I didn't have a job and using all my savings, I was about to be homeless because I was living in a hotel for 2 years. During COVID, I lost my apartment. And I tried to sustain myself by doing Instacart, even though we were still during the COVID. So I wore a mask, drove my car, and got groceries to people and things like that. And I got some money, but it wasn't enough. And then I got into Amazon, and then of course it still wasn't enough. So I had this apartment, I had this car, and all of that, but I lost everything. So I had to pivot. And so now what I'm doing is creating another economic platform. I came back to Charlotte. Um, One of my oldest friendship. He's not my oldest friend, because actually I'm older than he is. Giving me grace, and asked me I could move back to Charlotte and start all over again. So that's where I am right now. So I got my early retirement, Social Security benefits. That started so I can get some money. And then since that time, I've been trying to get a job. I've applied for more than 100 positions in the last 10 months. I've gotten two interviews, and then after those two interviews, crickets. So that can numb you. It can numb you. So again, pivoted again. What could I do to get more money? A small business creation. So I decided to do that. And that's a lot. It's a lot. If any of you have a small business, you know what I'm trying to do and how hard it is. And some of you are trying to create your small business as well, but you're in the idea place and all of that. It is hard and it's expensive. I tried to get this company set up about 3 months ago, and their fees. You have to go. What I'm doing is a notary public company, and it's like me being an officer of the state. I have a stamp, and you need your forms notarized and all of that. And so I first had to go to a college, a community college, to get my first commission. That class is expensive. Then I had to send a fee to the state, and then they sent me my oath letter, and then I had to take an oath, and that was a fee as well. And then I had to take get another class for the e-notary commission, and that was an expense. It was cheaper than the first one, but then again, I'm waiting on the oath letter. I had to send them another fee, and waiting on the oath letter, and then that's a fee. And now what I'm doing is taking classes, training about being a notary public, so that I can get those certifications. That's a cost. And then I can get into a title company or a loans signing company, or with another company who needs a notary, to get some experience into myself. And then I can expand my company. I have an operating agreement about what services I will be doing at that time. So what it's also telling me, what is also teaching me, is that I have to create patience as well. I always tell people, slow and steady wins the race. It sounds good, but it's hard. And all of that, slow and steady wins the race, patience. My grandparents, my mother's parents, ridiculously patient. And my mother was patient. She was patient with me because I was always, can I do this? Can I do this? What about this? What about this? I was never the calm of the storm for the most part until I got into high school. And I will never forget my grandfather said to my mom that Eric will never have a heart attack because he's always patient. Well, that's a story for another day. But I remember that. And so what I'm trying to create for myself, and show other people in the same position that I am, that it can happen. It can. But patience. So I'm creating my own economic platform. Now, to speak for ourselves, we have to speak for ourselves. As Black Americans, we're only 13% of the population. We know what our history is in this country. We talk about our history all the time. But we need allies to help us speak for ourselves and to speak upon ourselves. But there are also people who cannot speak on their own behalf, and so some of us have to speak on behalf of them. Again, I am in a lot of intersections. I am Black. I am gay. I am male. I am older. I'm a senior. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. I'm a friend. I'm a best friend. I'm a mentor. I'm a mentee. I have to speak about all of those things, particularly in the political environment that we're in right now. And depending on what city and state you're in, that's a lot. That's a lot. But we have to speak for ourselves because nobody else will. Hardly anybody else will. So let's circle back. Kuchicha Gulia. See, I butchered it. Kuchicha gulia, self-determination. And remember those action verbs. Define, name, create, and speak. Well, and the food for the day, if you're following this, yesterday for Umoja, Unity, the food for the day was dates, figs, and milk. Today, the food for the day for Kwanzaa is seasoned olives. I didn't even eat the olives. I don't eat the olives in a martini. So I can't. I will be eating Cheez-Its. But thank you for viewing the video today. Please share, like, support this channel by subscribing and liking. I'm new to this, trying to teach myself about editing videos and things. So I'm also creating that as well. But thank you again for viewing the video. Have a great day. It's 42 degrees. It's raining. The cold winter Charlotte. That's the thing that I don't like about Charlotte. I wish it was 20 degrees in snow rather than 40 degrees in rain. But that's me. That's me. All right. Have a good day. Today is Friday. We're into the last weekend of the year. You might be thinking about resolutions. Or maybe you're just focusing on returning Christmas presents. But whatever you're doing, find a little bit of joy, find a little bit of bliss. That's the part of the life that most of us don't focus on. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. We'll see you on the next video.